Hello everyone, Tamika here to record my second ever wine and dollies, except I have coffee, not wine, because it's Sunday afternoon and I don't want to start that early. But anyway, I'm recording on Sunday because I don't usually do, but because my work has been very long hours and I keep getting home super late, I just found it would be easier to try to record on a weekend. And also, I tried to make this video after work Wednesday and Friday of this past week. And I tried also like the week before that to do it, and it hasn't been working out. I think it's just because, first of all, it's been a while. And the longer I go without recording, the harder it gets for me to do it. I get just worse and worse at it the longer I go without doing it. And also, it was just so dark. And I'm using my phone camera because my computer camera sucks at life. So like, I hated the lighting. You couldn't really see me because my camera just, you know, it doesn't like to pick up all this brownness when it's really dark, you know. So yeah, I was like, okay, I need to just buckle down and record it this afternoon, because I do have a lot of updates. They've been stacking up since June, because that's just how long it's been since I have been able to actually record. So let me go ahead and just dive in. And I'll start with the dolls I have on order. I do have a couple. I actually had one on a couple on order that actually have already shown up, and I plan to do another video after this one going more in depth into them. I also recorded their box opening. In fact, I'll just start out with them. The dolls I got are factory Blythes, aka fake Blythes. But I guess people call them factory Blythes, so that's what I'll call them. I ordered two because I fell in love with both of them and really could not decide which one I wanted to start with. And I wanted to just start with one to customize, because I fell down a YouTube hole as one sometimes does, and ended up on Blythe's videos. And the thing about Blythe is I've actually been interested in them for a while, off and on, but I never really looked into them that far, because I was just like, no, you know, I have BJDs, and that's, you know, that's fine. And also, I didn't realize there was such thing as factory Blythes. But the further into the YouTube hole I got, the more I realized, oh, hey, they exist, and a lot of people get them for customizing, so let me get one to try. Except I ended up with two. So I ordered them. They have arrived. I've opened them. I'll be making a video separate about them. I also ordered supplies to customize them, because I realized I didn't have certain things. I ordered like some wood carving tools and some sculpting tools. I also, and I mentioned this in the opening video, I ordered a separate faceplate to practice on, so I'm not just like running in and carving at the two dolls I wanted. So it's going to be interesting. I'm really excited to get started. The problem is I wanted to introduce them by video first before I started on them. It was the whole thing. Like, I haven't even really like taken pictures of them or anything, because I wanted to record the video first. So yeah, if you want to see more of them, please check my Instagram. You'll see more you'll see some pictures of them after I get this video uploaded. And then on top of that, that's probably where I'll put the whole customizing process. I may try to record what I can, but I know me. It's much easier to put it on Instagram and then show you guys the finished product than it is to record while doing it, especially since I don't know what I'm doing. And so the last thing I want to do is record it and you just see me like rip and tear into something, and you're just like, oh, because I've done that before. We're like, I'll be watching some of these carving videos and I'm just like cringing the entire time, like, oh. So yeah, I don't know if you're in for that experience, but if If you are interested, please follow me on Instagram. The link will be below. And plus, I want more followers on Instagram. And I want more people to follow. Like, yeah, so come join me. I also ordered a Miro doll, Mika. I've been working so much overtime that I was really stressed out in the middle of June. Like, I was super stressed. And I had a little bit of overtime, so I went ahead and just bought her outright. I'm now waiting for her, and I can't wait to get her. I call her my therapy doll because, like, buying her, like, the reason why I bought her and really wanted her was because I wanted a bigger doll that I could hold, that was fairly inexpensive, so I wouldn't like tear apart the world if something happened to her. And I also wanted a doll with zero character. Like, she doesn't have a character. And I also wanted a doll that I liked looking at, and I really like her. I just always have. As soon as they came out with that doll, I really liked her. I got her in dark chocolate. I accidentally got her on their old 60 centimeter body because they have 2 pages you can order her from, instead of having one where you just like pick the body, pick if you want face up, pick the resin color. They have 2, and I got really confused and ordered from her old page. So I emailed them, and they said if I sent the extra $15 they would upgrade her body. So hopefully they do. If they don't, it won't be the biggest of deals, but they will owe me the $15. Like, trust me, I will get that back if they don't do it. But yeah, it really didn't matter too much in the long run, but I figured there was no harm in asking, and since it was just an additional $15, I went for it. And then I also put a Summerbird Viola on layaway. I wanted to pay for her outright, but I wanted to also be careful with my funds. I will pay her off sooner rather than later, though, because I'm a little worried, since I don't want to cause stress, since she's an artist doll, and there's just like one person. I know she sent it off to Haru Casting to be casted, but I still don't want to cause her stress when it comes to like the money. So I plan to pay her off sooner rather than later. But I did put her on layaway, and I was so excited. You should have seen me. I was still at work. She went on pre-order at 8 o'clock at night on the 17th of this month. And I was still at work, so I had to sneak to the webpage, and I was just refreshing until it said you could add her to cart. And I was like, boom. I ordered her so fast that I missed one of the ordering options, but that's okay. Because it turns out you can get her with both busts. She comes with like a flat chest and what is called the Vixen bust. And it turns out I could have ordered both, but I only got the Vixen one because I didn't realize you could do that, because I was going so fast. I was like, if I miss out on this doll, because she only had 30 for pre-order in this first pre-order. She plans to do another one, but I wanted her now. Like, I was like, what if she changes her mind and never does a pre-order again, etc. Like, it was just real bad. It's been a long time since I got so like enamored by a doll. I was so enamored when I found out about her like 4 days before the pre-order. I watched all the videos about her. I kept going to the webpage day after day and just looking at this beautiful, curvy, actually chubby body, and I was just so in love. And I fell in love with the Viola faceplate as well. Like, at first I was like, I don't know how I feel, but then suddenly I saw a character in my head with that face sculpt. I'm like, this will work. Her name will be Lorna. And I got her in the Cafe au lait resin color, which is a tan. I wanted to get the darker, which is like a real like a dark chocolate brown, but the character Lorna was like, that's just not my skin color. I'm like, oh, fine, whatever. So I just have to deal with that. But in the future, if she comes out with more faceplates, I plan to get another in the darker resin color, but with a different faceplate. I'm very excited about it. I can't wait to get her. It's gonna be a while, at least 4 months, but that is perfectly fine. I would wait longer for her. She's just that amazing. And then I lost my mind and ordered a, we'll put on order a minifee Eva, or Ava. I'm not sure how to pronounce how they pronounce that. And they're Arga Tan. I believe it's Arga Tan. I'm not sure how to pronounce that either. It's their new tan that they came out with that is more, in my opinion, like earthy brown. Like, I'm not sure how to describe it. I was looking at the pictures. I'm like, she looks more wood-like. Like, I don't know. I actually ordered her to replace my Nannery 14, which sounds weird. They don't look alike at all, but the reason why I got her to replace that character, which is my sheep herder character, which, to be fair, my Nannery 14 never fit. Which is a shame, because I could never think of another character for her. That's why I'm sad I had to sell her. I'm not sad. I don't regret it, because I sold her to try and save my cat. So I don't regret it, but I am sad that I did have to let her go. But at the same time, I don't miss her as much as I thought I would, because I couldn't think of anything for her. And I'm at the point in the hobby, and I think a lot of us get here over time if we're the kind of people who buy these dolls to shell characters. Like, not everyone is in the hobby for that, but I feel like if you are, though, you get to this point where you don't like having doll waste, I guess is the word for it, where you just have dolls sitting around with no character, no function, and like you're afraid to do anything with them. Like, maybe if they were a cheaper doll, you could keep them around, like, to hang out with and do whatever with. But, like, she wasn't, you know? She was a Nannery 14. She was a sought-after doll, and that's why it was easy to sell her so quickly. But it got to the point where I feel like, you know, she was just sitting around, and I didn't like it. So maybe it was all for the best. And this girl, the new minifee, like, she jumped into my head, and she was instantly that character. Because I really actually like the sheep herder, even though, like, she's not really important, but I really like the idea of her character and what she does and what she could be in the story. So, I don't know. I'm going to at least give it a try. I figure, like, well, at worst, I would have to sell her too. I hope I don't. I really do like her. I really love the full set. But we'll see what happens when she gets here. So oh, wait. I was about to say that was it for doll purchases. But I did make an error. Because, like, I do realize that I jumped the gun on the minifee Eva. I, like, jumped in and got her, like, 3 days after they released her. And I was just I was like, ooh, should you have given that more thought? But the more I think on her, the more I just want her. But on Facebook, someone I follow was selling their Midgie Doll Cho sleeping head. And I thought of another character. I was like, maybe next paycheck I could get that head. And so I asked them about it, and they were like, sure, I can put the head on hold for you. But I thought I got paid this past Friday, not this Friday coming up. So I made the biggest, stupidest mistake. It was such a mistake. Like, this is the first time that I guess accidentally bought a doll. I was so embarrassed to be like, can I wait another week? Because I don't like doing that to people. I don't like doing that to companies, to individuals. It just really bothers me. So I'm like, okay, I'll just send you my last 40 bucks. So I mean, I didn't tell them it was my last 40 bucks, but it is done. And that head will be on the way. It's going to take me a minute to get them a body. But I just really wanted that Midgie Doll Show head. I don't know what was wrong with me. So that is what I have doll-wise on layaway, already here, incoming, etc. I also did some doll clothes orders, just some cheaper ones, but I still did it because I realized in looking and working with Alia's new shell, my People 60 Moe line Chloe, I realized that I do have plenty of clothes from her older shell that fit her perfectly, because I bought them for a 58-60 centimeter girl body, hoping they would fit her old shell, and they didn't really. But they fit her new shell perfectly, because I mean, since she's a more standard size. I mean, she's smaller, but she's still more of a standard size. But after a while, I started buying clothes more to fit the old shell's body, which is a 65 centimeter. So I have some 65 centimeter girl clothes around that is just too big for Elia's current shell. And not in the cute way. Like the pants I have that I bought that was 65 centimeter, like they're high-waisted in like the worst way possible. Not like in the cute like jeans way where like it goes up the stomach or anything. It looks like she is wearing exactly what it looks exactly like she is wearing pants that belong completely to someone else. And she's just making it work. Which is definitely not a bad thing, but it's not really for her character at the moment, as far as I know. It may, I don't know, but it doesn't feel like it is. So I decided to purchase her a couple items, just a couple pants, a couple shirts, I got her a crop top because I'm really into showing her belly right now, because I really like the curve on the Feeble Moe line body. I just love this thing going on. I ordered from Starshine Designs. They were having a really great sale in the middle of June. I have not received those items yet, because they have not been shipped yet, which is understandable because it was a great sale. So I imagine, you know, she got a lot of orders, or they got a lot of orders, sorry. But they're worth waiting for, because I have a pair of pants from Starshine Designs that are like amazing. I love them. They're for MSD though, and I don't currently have an MSD that wears those pants. Like I have, I don't know who they would fit right now, because they were perfect for my old Dollzone Mo, but like I have so many weird body types in MSD now that like they don't really fit anybody, but it's fine. I love the way they're done, and I'm like, hopefully these pants will fit somebody. So I have that or some leggings, and that's where I got the crop top from. I also ordered from Guppy Kisses, and I'm sad about this order because all it was for is for a shirt for her and a shirt for my Minifee RFA girl who I've named Nova. It was just two shirts, galaxy print shirts, and it shipped and went missing. So I have no idea where it could be. Like, it was out for delivery and then it stopped being scanned. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if like they delivered it to the wrong place and they didn't want to scan it to say. I don't know if like they were behind in deliveries, didn't deliver it at all and didn't want to scan it. I had to open a claim because it shipped on the 21st, and they were like, if you haven't heard by this amount of time, open a claim right away. So I did. and they have, I think, 7 days to try and find it, and I hope they do. I mean, it's just 2 shirts. Like, why would you take those from me? I mean, I guess unless you're another doll owner who, like, has gone rogue, I guess. But I don't know. I'm like, who would take this? Who? I also ordered from Kohaku Creations, but I'm actually going to do an opening for that because I received it, so I'm going to actually record another video where I open said package. So that came in. And then I ordered from Alice's Collections, but that's not for Alia. In fact, it's for Gabe, my Doll Zone Greta head. For some reason, I was about to say Doll Zone Gabriel. I'm like, no, Gabriel's his name. My Doll Zone Greta head on the Doll Chateau 60cm boy body. And I ordered for Benny, my Dika Doll Shao. I ordered them what is called Virgin Killer sweaters because someone mentioned that Alice's Collections was selling those, and I'm like, okay, I have to order at least one. But when I went past, I noticed they had a black one and a white one, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna order one of each. So I ordered them in 2 different sizes, one in 60 and one in 70 for each, you know, for each of them. And I threw in a couple pairs of underwear to make the order get free shipping, and I can't wait to get them. But it was the silliest purchase I've made in a bit, but I'm very happy about it. So yeah, purchase wise, that sounds like I went like over the edge, but it has been a minute, so hopefully it doesn't sound too, you know, over the top. And in other news, my circus shipped, which it just shipped Friday, but apparently it's going to be here Monday. Now, mind you, I have to work, and they actually never deliver packages to me at this place. I don't know what that's about, but they just don't. Like, you would think they would attempt to deliver, but they do not. So I plan to be able to pick up this doll on Tuesday from the post office. That is my hope. My hope is that, like, I can leave work at 3, go to the post office, get my doll, and then drop off rent, and then be good to go for a box opening. But we shall see. We shall see. I think I'm planning on selling the actual Circa head, because I have the elf version coming, and that's the head I really, really want. But I'm gonna see what happens when they get here. But I think I might be selling the regular Circa head. So tune into that if you are interested in buying, in wanting that head. If you want it, I might have one for sale. Yeah, I definitely will be doing a whole box opening for that. No need to worry, just in case you want to see her. I'm not too sure about the outfit. I love the tights and the shoes, but the rest of it, I might have to go. We shall see. Okay, and then I just realized that in my whole doll purchasing thing, I forgot to mention another doll I bought. But I bought this doll off a friend for a very, very, very fantastic price. And so, like, I don't know, she feels so mine, and I was able to pick her up and stuff, that, like, that's why I didn't mention her in the whole doll purchasing thing. I just feel like she's been here for a bit, but she hasn't. She is newer. And that's my Miro doll, Lily, in their dark chocolate. Isn't she so cute? I have always loved the Lily sculpt, and I was so happy when my friend was like, hey, so if you're interested, I will sell her to you. And that's my friend Maria. She's like, I'll sell her to you. And she offered me the fantastic price. I'm not sure if I should say, but I will, of $50. So I got this beautiful girl for $50. she has the standard Mirror problems where, like, I had to hot glue suede the crap out of her and she still doesn't want to really do much, and her hands are just like this all the time and can't move because there's no ball joint here and no hook. I'm almost wondering if I add a hook, if that would give her more movement, but I'm not sure. I bet not, because I think she needs both the ball joint and a hook. But besides that, she's amazing. I love her because she's just so cute and sweet. And as you can see, she's wearing a lovely rainbow wig that I made. I'm tooting my own horn. That's why I said it was lovely. Haha. No. But yeah, I made this wig. It's not perfect. The part is very terrible, but it looks so good on her. I love the length. I love how soft it is. I love how it, like, obeys me when it comes to, like, simple things like putting it over her shoulder or stuff like that. Like, it's very, there's the back. Yarn is a very nice substance to make a wig out of. It has the versatility, I guess, of a fur wig, though in a more tame sort of way. But you can also obtain a just better length. Like, I love the length of it. And you can also just have more control over it versus fur, because the easiest way to make a fur wig is to use, like, you know, just like the fur pieces. But this one, you know, you can put the yarn anywhere you want to make a wig, and that was just fun. It was just really, really fun. I loved it. It was a long experience making this wig, especially, see, like, it's just so easy to do stuff with. But yeah, it was a long process to make this wig. I think it took me overall, because I was not using wefts for this wig, I would, like, smooth out like about 3 pieces of yarn, cut that off, and then just glue it onto the head. So it probably would have taken less time with wefts, but then at the same time, to make the wefts, wait for them to dry, etc. I mean, you're basically talking about using the same amount of time, just in different ways, and maybe even longer because you have to wait for the wefts to dry. But this took about like 4 hours for me. Now, mind you, maybe it'd be faster if it wasn't my first one, but we shall see, because it was so easy and relaxing to make that I know I'll make another one. So for my first yarn wig, this could have gone a lot worse, I think. I absolutely love it. And for her, I think I'm going to try a new sealant method on her, because she's in this dark chocolate and it's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. But the problem is if because, like, you probably have noticed on my Resin Soul Made, that's also in a darker tone like this, when I was spraying her on the very, very last friggin' coat, it ghosted just a little. And just a little, so you can definitely see the difference. And I can't even begin to tell you how pissed off I am. Like, it drives me nuts. It frustrates me to no end that did that. So I was looking around YouTube and I came across the brush on sealant method using Liquitex matte varnish. I'm going to actually try this out on a Monster High custom I'm trying to do on this girl. I bought this girl based on her price without looking her over and realizing that A, she has no articulated parts at all. That's just how her legs are, and that's just how her arms are going to be. and that this is painted on. She actually just came with a skirt, and that's it. And the shoes are on forever. I didn't realize that when I bought her. I have no idea why I didn't pay attention to that. I was just like, ooh, $5, you know. But I'm going to try this method out on her first. See how it goes. See if I like it. See how the drying time is. And then from there, if I like it, I'm going to use it on my Mirror Doll Lily. If I don't, then I'll just stick with spray and try and come up with a better spray technique, I guess. But I don't know. I'm just over the ghosting. Like, it's not something that, you know, happens every single time you use spray, but it's such a danger at all times, and I'm over it. I'm just over it. I'm over, like, because there's nothing you can do about it once that happens. Like, if there was something you could do about it, like, if you get, like, a piece of lint stuck, like, you spray and you find a piece of lint, you can just take that piece of lint off with, like, an X-Acto knife or something. But once a face-up ghosts on you, that's it. And it drives you crazy forever. So, no more of that. So I want to give that a try, and we'll go from there. And I'll let you know how it goes, and even, like, you know, show my results here and on Instagram. And last but not least, simply because I just want to show her off, I have my doll Carolina here. And Carolina is my what do you call it, Fairyland ID ID 50 head. I can't remember the name of the head now, because I know it has ID in it, but I can't remember the number that goes into it. But I wanted to show her. She's on the the old Doll Zone 62 centimeter body, which I think is discontinued now. I think this is the second one they came out with. Like, they had the 60 centimeter, then they came out with a 62. This is the body my Doll Zone Greta originally came on. And I actually bought this dress that she is wearing. This beautiful, beautiful dress she is wearing. I originally bought this for my Doll Zone Greta and hated it. I put it on and I hated it. Not necessarily the dress, but the combination of this dress and the Doll Zone Greta head. In fact, that's what made me dislike, okay, hate, I will say hate my Doll Zone Greta, is the fact that, like, I bought this dress, I had this whole character in mind of my Doll Zone Greta wearing this dress, and I even had a wig for her that my doll Nova is wearing. It was like a brown sort of color, and that's the idea. I had this wig, I had this dress, I had these shoes. I was ready to go, and it looked terrible. So the other day I was just